Hi guys. Right, so anyway, today I want to talk about something which is quite incredible to me, really. So I was a punk in my early days. I came to London, it was I think 1984, very early 1984. And no, yes, very early 1984, like January 1984. I was a punk. I'd seen a couple of bands already in my town, which was still to this day is one of my favorite, even though they didn't make very many albums, which was the Laws of the New Church. That's what they were called. And I've just realized recently that all these, most of the bands I was into at the time, mainly sort of punk, not really new age, more punk actually. I like the punk bands that had a bit of melody to it, you know, like Susie on the Benches, yeah, the Laws of the New Church, the Damned, the Stranglers, Killing Joke. All these girls were just punk. They had some, you know, punk race, but there was always some kind of melody to their songs. And the lyrics at the time, even though I'm very fascinated by words and I do syncretism and etymology, it's only like a good 10 years later that I started to really look at the lyrics, and even then some of them didn't quite know what it really meant. And now, in the last sort of year or so, I've been really looking at a lot of Killing Joke songs. They have one called I Am the Virus, of course, which was made 4 or 5 years ago now. They seem to be either privy to some information or be extremely psychic. But the Laws of the New Church, it was my first crush. I was very, very much in love with Steve Bators. He was a completely lunatic, I think, but he was amazing. Amazing energy, and he wrote the lyrics on them. It's pretty clear that he knew what was going on in the world. So I'm going to read you, well, before I read this one called Holy War, which I think was written in 1982 or 83, something like that. From the same album, there was one called Open Your Eyes, and it's all about opening your eyes and see the lies in front of you, the lies of the media, what's really going on in the world. So I highly recommend that you listen to that song. It's a beautiful song. It's got a very beautiful melody. It's not just noise. And then one of the most beautiful one they ever wrote is called Come On Dance With Me, or Dance With Me. This one is, you can really dance to it. It's very nice lyrics as well. But one of my favorite lyrics, well, they're all amazing, but I really love that one in particular because it's incredible how they would have done a lot of research on know exactly what was going on, right? I will probably send this one to Charlie Frake, actually, because he likes to look at these sort of 60s and 70s. I tried some singers on bands, but obviously I'm a little bit, just a few years later after I'm going to the punk movement. So this song is called Holy War by the Laws of the New Church. Steve Bators had a few different bands. He had one called the Dead Boys, and I can't remember. I wasn't very much into the Dead Boys, but the Laws of the New Church were absolutely amazing. So here's the one called Holy War. I'm just going to recite. I'm not going to recite all the choruses all the time, which says Holy War, Holy War. But these are the lyrics. So a Roman is invading Britain after hundreds of years, with the Pope, stars, world store amidst fanatical tears. The false prophet, the Bible warns us. Who's wearing a crown? Deceiving and uniting churches burn the whole world down. Anti-Soviet Polish priest was just the image they needed. Seized control of the Catholic Church for Bolshevik creed. Aha. We all know what that means now. They replaced him with an actor. Set the stage for war. Pope John Paul II was poisoned behind Vatican doors. Inquisition. Crusades on martyrs burned for blasphemy. Religion causes most of the wars throughout history. Divine combat, revolution, the act of Pope fraud, greed and murder is forgiven when in the name of God. Holy War. So, you know, it's a very interesting songs. I mean, there's so many more I could find, especially from Killing Joke and the Laws of the New Church. To me, are the two that have the most fantastic lyrics. So what's still going on now? And it's very obvious now. I mean, most people that are awake know exactly that this is going on. But back in the day, I always knew something wasn't right. I was always anti-system, but I wasn't really sure who ruled what, who was behind what. But it's really incredible, and I love Steve Bators. I mean, rest in peace. He was unfortunately a car ran into him in June 1990 in Paris, and he went home without being checked really in the hospital, and he died during his sleep. Still quite young, of course. So he would be about 70 now, I think, if he was still alive, because he died 30 years ago. But yeah, so amazing guy, completely mad as well in many ways. I'm not saying he was a saint, but I think if he would have stayed alive longer, he would have probably become like, like some of us, into syncretism and into what's really very important spiritually and so on. So I just want to do a little video about that, because especially in the punk movement, there were some really amazing bands. I wasn't really into the very noisy ones, apart from, actually I quite like Crass, the one called Crass, and they had some very dirty noises, but again it still has some kind of melody behind it, some of them anyway. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah, like the Laws of the New Church, and also like two of my favorites were quite depressing band, but I really love some of their lyrics, very beautiful, very awake as well. Joy Division. And Magazine as well, I really loved Magazine. And also the Virgin Prunes, I really loved it. It's an Irish band that was called the Virgin Prunes. So check it out. And if you want to discover the Laws of the New Church, please put Dance With Me, as the first one is very dancey. Put the extended version, because that one is even more beautiful. And then put Open Your Eyes, and then Holy War. Holy War is a bit more grungy, like the sound is a bit more noise, but it still has a beautiful melody. And Magazine, literally everything by Magazine I really loved. Killing Joke, Love Like Blood, Europe, all these lyrics are absolutely amazing. And actually Killing Joke has a very strange song called Hosannas from the Basements of Hell. It has very strange lyrics, almost like Jas Coleman, the singer, is either privy to some stuff or has a handler even or something, because he says something in the lyrics. Let me find it very quickly, because I need to read it to you. It's very bizarre. I don't think he's a bad guy, but he must have somehow either get involved with some Satanists. I don't think he's a Satanist himself, but they either were watching him, or I don't know what's the deal with really. Let me see. Killing Joke. Killing Joke. What was that song called? Silence on the Basement of Hells. So I will read that one. It's very short, but it's almost like maybe he had a handler, or because of he became quite famous in other circles. He became a chef of orchestra as well, and I don't know, maybe they had a hold on him or on something. But these are the lyrics. They're very strange lyrics. So it's called Hosannas, which is spelled Hosannas, but Hosannas from the Basements of Hell. So he says, I harbour thoughts of killing you, pour petrol on you, and then on me. But then I walk down the stairs, and Killing Joke, which is the name of his band, waits for me there when we play. Then we play. Go, psycho. We stick some stones on bones beneath our homes. We face ourselves, Hosannas rising from the basements of hell. Anger that poisons my heart, eating your liver on heart like voodoo. Just play until you bleed. Lost in the noise, I am free. I am not a murderer yet. So either he's helped some of these Satanists, and he knows some stuff, and they're watching him. I don't know. This is very strange lyrics. Very, very strange. And Killing Joke had some amazing lyrics. It's almost like they knew about the Iraq war before it even happened. They have a song called America, and it's all in there. Fireworks in the Gulf. They have one called I Am the Virus, about pylons as well, which features in the song I Am the Virus. So yeah, just check this out, because it's quite interesting to read the lyrics from some of these bands, because I've been researching that stuff for about a good 15 years now, and I've been very awake to what's going on, definitely for the last 12 years. And it's only recently that I thought, yeah, let's have a look at the bands I used to love. And it's incredible how some of them were really awake about, even back in the 80s, on late 70s, some of these punk bands knew exactly what was going on. And whether they knew or whether somebody told them, or they wrote it in the lyrics, they used the punk movement to come up with some of the truth. I don't know, but it's just amazing, really. So anyway, just a very short one, and yeah, but please listen to especially the Laws of the New Church. amazing. I really love Bauhaus as well. I haven't really checked the lyrics. I don't know if they have very awake lyrics, but they have some beautiful songs towards the end as well, Bauhaus. But I loved all the songs on Bauhaus. Really love Bauhaus as well. All right, guys, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Bye.